Hello, everyone. Marty here with Alex, Elena, Chris. We're here at CES 2015. IGN saw hundreds of things at the show across the entire week. It was insane. We're here to tell you guys the 4 coolest things we saw. Chris, what was your favorite thing?
Well, I didn't think I would be saying this today, but I watched somebody print a pizza out yesterday.
Yep.
They printed a pizza and then baked the pizza, and I ate the pizza. So I ate printed food. Not only did I eat printed pizza, but candy and cookies and stuff like that. So at this booth, XYZ Printing, they basically had a food printer, and you put all the sauces and doughs in there, and then you upload your schematic, and it prints out whatever you make. They made a heart. It was a simple shape, and it's made the heart, and then it squirted the sauce on there. We baked it and ate it. It tasted like a warm Lunchable.
It was delicious. I was there. We sort of freaked out. It was hot. I burned my mouth a little bit.
It was a weird Star Trek moment because, you see food get synthesized on stuff like that, and you're like, that's many, many years away. And it's not like it was coming out of thin air, but they printed a pizza and we ate it. We ate a printed pizza. That's what I'm saying. That was my favorite thing I saw here, and it felt like I was eating the future. So
that's your mic drop moment. I love it.
Blam.
I love it. Boom. Elena, what was your favorite thing?
I just have one question about that pizza. So is it so good that you would eat it every day?
I would probably eat it every day in the way that a kid would eat Lunchables every day.
Okay.
So the answer is yes.
Okay. For me, actually, it was kind of a surprise as well. So we were at the Samsung booth, and they had this gigantic TV, both 3D and 8K. But the thing about it was that it was GlassesFree 3D. Now, I've never been a personal fan of 3D because my eyes tend to fatigue really quickly,
yep,
and
I
don't really feel like it adds a lot of times to the experience. But you've got this huge display, over 100 inches, and they're just showing this continuing cycling clip of people just doing things like skydiving and just action, stuff you expect to see in a GoPro camera commercial, right? And standing there right in the center, and you see this happen without the glasses on, it's oh yeah, that is kind of cool. That kind of replicates the experience of watching someone do this in real life. I can kind of see the application of this, right?
When do you how far do you think we're away from actually having these in the office or in our houses? I mean,
they weren't anything related to 8K right now. All the manufacturers are this is conceptual. We are not talking about specs or pricing or anything. So I think we're probably a long ways off still.
Okay. So
at least for this particular display, GlassesFree 3D has been kind of around, but I don't think 3D is really taken off in the way that manufacturers have been hoping. So I'm not sure how popular even that's going to be.
So we can take bets. What we're going to have first? The 3D printed pizza?
Oh, I'll tell you. I was just about to tell you. For less than $2,000, by the end of the year, you're going to be able to eat printed pizza. So go away.
I feel do you have stock in this company now?
I don't. It's just pizza you can print.
It's pretty amazing. Those two sound rad. Alex, what was your favorite thing of the show?
My favorite thing was Sling Television. Now, this is the $20 a month television app that you can subscribe to, and it works on your Xbox One, it works on iOS devices, Amazon Fire TV, and I'm a cable cutter. I haven't had cable in years. I've been on Netflix, and I love the idea of just being able to plunk down $20, just to get a month of TV, and right now it's got, ESPN is the headline channel on there. And I'm not a big sports guy, that's not really my thing, but it's got Cartoon Network and a bunch of other channels, and if this gets picked up, it's going to grow, and there'll be more channels on there,
Yeah.
And it's just a huge step in the right direction as far as what I want for a la carte television service. And I love that there's no equipment to buy or have to ship back if you're done. It's just going to work right off your Xbox.
So, I mean, how afraid are giant companies Time Warner and Charter of this?
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be on their radar. I mean, it's not perfect yet. You can only use it, only one TV in the house can be using it at a time, so it's not exactly a one-to-one, as good as cable kind of service. But I mean, this is a huge step in the right direction. I know so many people who would love to kill their cable subscription, but, sports are the number one reason why they're not doing it.
Yeah.
And now that ESPN and ESPN2 are on there, I mean, that's huge.
It's similar to what happened with something like Blockbuster, where Netflix came along, and you could see cable companies, if they don't adapt in some way, just being left in the dust and eventually having to close up shop. Now something's probably going to have to replace them eventually, but
yeah.
It's getting kind of cool with this stuff.
I'm really proud that you got through that entire response without bringing up 3D pizza.
I was just about to get to that because I know I stole 3D pizza from you. You really wanted to talk about 3D pizza too.
It was. So in all honesty, 3D pizza was my favorite thing of the show. I gave it to Chris because he's older and wiser than I am.
Yeah, definitely older.
But so my close runner-up, Chris and I attended a Samsung and Marvel event early on in the show, and Samsung had their Gear VR headset, and I got to try it a little bit, and they said, you want to play this game about asteroids, or do you want to have this sort of Marvel experience? And I was like, well, let's, try the Marvel thing. And it turned out to be this first-person simulator of Stark Tower. And so you were in sort of Tony Stark's laboratory, and you can look over the railing and see the Quinjet, and you looked around at 360 degrees, and you had this action button on your headset where you could sort of clue in on nodes, and you'd get information in the world, and you could turn around, and on a TV, the Avengers was playing, and then if you looked at Cap's shield,
that's like Inception.
His dossier would pop. It was really cool, and there was like a HUD overlay. It felt like you were wearing Iron Man's helmet, and this was really cool, but for me, it's sort of just pointed the direction that I want VR to go in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I want the traditional games we're playing on Xbox One and PS4 to necessarily be shoehorned with VR, but I want sort of small, tailor-made experiences like this. And as we've talked about before, sort of venturing outside the realm of traditional gaming and doing sort of exploratory things, and a place like the Millennium Falcon or King's Landing, or even a concert or a sporting event. So I don't know. For me, that was really
Marty's
cool.
bedroom.
Marty's bedroom.
Who knows?
Yeah, the inside of
limit.
the inside of a 3D printing pizza oven.
I love that. I would go to there.
Yes, I would go to there. So those are the 4 coolest things that we saw at CES. What did you guys think? We have tons of articles on the site and tons of videos from the show. Take a look at them and sound off in the comments below. Tell us what you thought was the coolest thing at CES. So for everything else, technology, CES, and gaming, you're already in the right place. IGN.com.